Truth with a 2, Hurts with a Z. Coming back at you, man. First things first. Like me and share me if you are already subscribed to me. And then once you get subscribed to me, for those who get subscribed to me, like me and share me. Appreciate y'all out there. Lot going on, man. Steve Wilkes just got fired as the defensive coordinator of the San Francisco 49ers. Let me start by saying, in life majority of us are creatures of habit. Majority of us are creatures of habit. No matter what the habit is, you're a creature of habit. It could be anything, man. It could be it could be, how you get up out the bed. It could be what side of the bed you sleep on. It could be like a lot of us. First thing we do when we wake up is we grab our phone and look at our phone. Those are habits. As coaches, because I'm a coach as well, I've coached the 3 major sports: baseball, basketball, football, all levels. And I got a certain way I coach, and I have certain habits. I'm a habit former. Like my specialty is the catcher position. So I tell my catcher, look here, you see a guy with open stance, more than likely he don't like a pitch this way. He like a pitch this way. So what you need to do is you need to set up this way, because if he got an open stance, he don't want to pitch that way. That's a habit. Coaches are creatures of habit. Remember, I said that. Now, whenever the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers is in the story, February 5th, 2017 is going to forever haunt us. Even if we come out and win the next 3 Super Bowls, they're going to always mention February 5th, 2017, because it made history as the biggest collapse in the biggest game of the year ever. And it's been a whole big old clusterfuck about who is the fucking blame. Is it Matt Ryan? Is it Kyle Shanahan? Is it Dan Quinn? Is it the defense? It's all about how you saw it through your lenses. One of my fellow YouTubers asked a question on his channel about, should Matt Ryan be vindicated because of Kyle's latest screw up. And he pretty much went into, first of all, he gave a backhanded compliment to Matt Ryan. He said it 3 times. Matt Ryan is the greatest quarterback in Atlanta Falcons history. Kind of Captain Obvious like, but hey, I'll give him that. And he just kind of, went into his soliloquy as to why he felt like Ryan shouldn't be vindicated, and that a lot of Atlanta fans need to get off this, making Matt Ryan out to be the victim. That's how I interpreted how he did his video. So he mentioned a few things. Of course, he mentioned the usual shit folks say about Matt Ryan. He chokes under pressure, choked in big games and all that stuff there. Okay. That's a matter of opinion. I mean, you may see him as a choke artist. That's fine. Okay, that's cool. Interesting, he went into the 2012 season and he mentioned about how Falcons fans need to stop with the narrative that the O-line wasn't good because the O-line was good. I agree. O-line was pretty good. No lies told there. They weren't terrible. Don't say anything about the defense because we had a top 10 defense. That's incorrect. Google is your friend. The only times we had a top 10 defense was 2023, 2017, and 1998. Well, at least last I checked, the 2023 team had a top 10 defense. So I may be off. If I am, Google is my friend. Okay. All right. That's cool. Okay. They mentioned about the weapons, White and Jones and Gonzalez and Turner and Rogers and Babineau and, a few other guys. He mentioned about how we was down 17 and we lost the game, and that should be on Matt. Anytime a lead is blown, the act has to take place on the defense. I mean, you can blame who you want to blame, but anytime a lead is blown, the act has to take place on the defense. So let's not just totally absolve the defense. Just want to say that. You want to have opinion on Matt Ryan? That's fine. Kind of left out a couple things though. Let's go to the final drive. I call it the final drive because we had the ball one more time. We were able to get the ball back with like 30 seconds left, but I think Matt got hurt and I think his right arm was hurt. He damn near had to throw the ball with his left arm. Okay. Go back to the final drive. Kind of left out a real key part in that game. Gary Douglas going down the sideline. Nobody in the same area code to him. He trips up over his own 2 feet. And he actually dropped the ball, but they gave him a catch. He stayed on his feet. He walks into the end zone. Nobody was near him at all. That was a great play call by a guy not named Kyle Shanahan. Same drive. 4th down play. I think it was Navarro Bowman. Ball thrown to Roddy White. Navarro Bowman goes through Roddy White. He kind of touched Roddy White before the ball got there, which should have been a pass interference, but it wasn't called. Call you're supposed to get in your house, but didn't get that. So now let's fast forward to Kyle Shanahan. My fellow YouTuber went into Matt Ryan's best season and who was his offensive coordinator. Statistically, his best season was with Kyle Shanahan. Season 5 of 10 straight 4,000-yard seasons. He also alluded to how Matt just couldn't get it done. It just never clicked right after Kyle left in seasons 5 of 10 straight 4,000-yard seasons. And then how we brought in Steve Sarkisian and it just couldn't get right. But under Steve Sarkisian, Matt Ryan was 20 yards and 3 touchdowns less than he had in the 2016 season. 20 yards and 3 touchdowns less. But it couldn't seem to get right with Steve Sarkisian. Google is your friend, my friend. Remember, Google is your friend. All right. When you speak truth, make sure we speaking the whole truth. Just wanted to put that out there. So now he feels like Matt should be still held accountable, and why is people not giving Kyle his due is what I got off of what he said. For one, why was the question even asked? Why would you even do that video if some kind of way you didn't feel like maybe Matt should be vindicated? Here's why the question was asked. Because Kyle is a creature of habit. The habit that he keeps repeating is failure to save himself from himself. He's been attached to the biggest Super Bowl collapse in history. He's been attached to the 2 overtime games in history. And in his 5 most important games that he's coached in as a head coach, 4 of them as a head coach, 1 of them as an offensive coordinator, he was attached to failures not coming through at the end. 4 of them post Matt Ryan. Because we're bringing up what went on after he left the Falcons. 4 of those failures were post Matt Ryan. So that is why people are saying Matt Ryan should be vindicated. Now, I'm going to agree with you. Matt Ryan shouldn't be vindicated. Now, let me go back before I go to that. You also touched on what should have happened in that Super Bowl. One of your biggest sticking points was Matt Ryan should have called a timeout. I agree with you on that. That was my only issue with Matt in that game, is even though you couldn't audible in Kyle's system, he still should have called a timeout. No argument there. Here is something that just bothers me. If you count Kyle Shanahan, there are 5 guys that was on that staff right now that are fucking head coaches in the NFL. And there's a good chance all 5 of those guys had on headsets. Miami Dolphins head coach, Mike McDaniel. Green Bay Packers head coach, who was the quarterback coach, Matt LaFleur. New Falcons head coach Raheem Morris, and of course the final two, offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan and the wild card head coach Dan Quinn. You got all of these guys on the headset, and your blame is for the quarterback for not calling the timeout. Now, you ask the question, should Matt be vindicated? And you don't think he should be vindicated. Guess what? I'm going to agree with you again. The reason why I'm agreeing with you is because he shouldn't be vindicated, because in order for me to vindicate him, that meant I held him accountable. That meant I blamed him. I can't vindicate somebody I ain't blamed. When you seek truth and you speak truth, make sure you give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.